Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe to this channel right now. Share this segment. This is a very, very important topic. And I know people say, oh, where's John Durham? And oh, nothing's ever going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have the House. So President Trump doesn't have the House. He doesn't have the Senate. He doesn't have the presidency. Democrats have all of those things, including 24/7 positive media coverage that suspends the New York Post's account on Twitter simply for breaking and reporting on a story that should have been. It's one of the most important stories in recent memory. And so, that's a whole different topic. We know, and I explained this today on my live stream, so hit subscribe to this channel. I will have live streams starting at around 3 p.m. and then also at around 9:30 p.m. every evening from here on out. So I'll have a live stream in the day, a live stream in the evening, and I'll have my uploads periodically throughout the day. I'll do at least one upload a day and at least 2 live streams during the day. So that's the new format on this channel. But hit subscribe if you want to support my work long-term. My Patreon is below in the pinned comment. I'm going to give you a Washington Examiner article, Prosecutions in Play. Nunes says, Congressman Devin Nunes believes that prosecutions or indictments are going to take place. I'm still positive, and he actually says that people are going to the big house, and they are going to be prosecuted for the Russia fiasco and hoax. He told this to Sarah Carter on her podcast. So, okay, number one, John Durham is very likely waiting, and I've tried to explain this time and again on the live streams and on this channel. There's zero political support within the Republican, or very little within the Republican Party in general. So you have Devin Nunes, you have Devin Nunes, you have Gates, but he has an issue right now he's dealing with. You have Jim Jordan, you have Richard Grenell, you have John Radcliffe, you have DeSantis, you have Trump Republicans, okay? You have Trump Republicans that will eventually take over the House. You have Trump Republicans that will eventually take over the House. When they do, they'll start investigations into our beloved president's son, his emails that are absolutely incriminating, that would have taken down anyone associated with Trump. Could you imagine if Trump Jr. or Donald Trump Jr. or Eric Trump had those emails? The double standard is unbelievable. And it's like you have here, I mean, you type in DeSantis Daily Beast has a hit piece. You can look, media is leveled against President Trump and anything that could possibly vindicate him. What's taken place, ladies and gentlemen, is the following. John Durham is a special counsel. The special counsel has no end date. It can continue until past 2022. He's likely, and from my humble viewpoint, he's likely waiting for political will within the Republican Party, and then hopefully more positive, more favorable media coverage when it comes to his eventual report. He doesn't want, this is probably not even the best time at this very moment to issue a report or to indict people, because there's still too much political momentum on the Democratic Party side to cover up and protect people like Comey and Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brennan. These people, I wrote in the Federalist and I explained, there's 18 U.S. Code 371. They worked and conspired to utilize government agencies against what the stated purpose of those government agencies are. They utilized government agencies to deceive and also to just go after direct political rivals. That's exactly what they accused Trump of doing. You have Strzok, who was kicked off the Mueller probe because of his text messages, because of his bias and contempt for Trump. I mean, it's so obvious anybody can see, but that they don't want to see. We already know that Comey and Attorney General Loretta Lynch, we already know that they've accused each other of perjury. Okay? James Comey said that he didn't trust Loretta Lynch and that President Obama's Attorney General told him to call the Clinton email probe a matter. That's the same thing as when he accused Trump of trying to interfere and protect Michael Flynn. All Trump allegedly said is, oh, take it easy on Flynn. That's the same type of thing as well. Just call it a matter and not an investigation. Attorney General Loretta Lynch states that Comey was lying. Then you have Kevin Kleinsmith, who falsified records and pleaded guilty to falsifying records. That's the first indictment of the Durham probe. Okay? It didn't lead to any more indictments or prosecutions. We know that it's taking a long time because you have the entire American political establishment working against Durham. It's a one-man special counsel without the luxury of the Washington Post, the New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, the Daily Beast, BuzzFeed, Esquire, Vanity Fair, Rolling Stone. All of these publications write the same type of article. It is what Trump is capable of anything. There should be investigations. And then you have Republicans or Democrats that walk in lockstep. They're blindly obedient to any propaganda spin. And Republicans who really don't care about investigating the president's son. They really don't care about backing Trump. In fact, they actively work against him. Nothing would make Mitt Romney or the senator from Nebraska or Kinzinger or Cheney, nothing would make them happier, even though they voted alongside Trump in Congress over 90% of the time. Nothing would make them happier than seeing Trump out of the picture, because then you're going to have a good Republican again who, allows the Lincoln Project to get us into never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts. Trump opposed the Lincoln Project. The Lincoln Project and Bernie Sanders and the left vote for the same political party. Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld's neoconservatives are now voting alongside the socialists. Does that make any sense to you? That's American politics. That's the Democratic Party. But ladies and gentlemen, you have McCabe lying under oath. You have him accepting money or people he's associated with, let's say, accepting money from Terry McAuliffe and Democratic PACs. You have Peter Strzok and Lisa Page texting each other how much they despise Trump. You have Kevin Kleinsmith who's already pleaded guilty. Okay? You have James Comey who committed perjury. If you believe President Obama's Attorney General, then Comey committed perjury. You have Comey who already stated that he would testify against Andrew McCabe. You have John Durham already put away a bureau official, top-ranked official in Boston for criminal activity. So you have all of this information. You have so many people, whether it was Brennan or Clapper, Comey, Strzok, McCabe, all of them who worked to just simply utilize a dossier that was purchased by Clinton. These people set up and framed Trump. It was not about the rule of law. It was about using a high to moderate confidence assessment to then begin investigations based on Comey's memos that he wrote, like on a government-issued computer, which were classified, and then he took them home, which, okay, we can go on with the double standard. The issue is that Durham is still investigating. Devin Nunes believes there will be prosecutions because there have already been 14. There have already been 14 criminal referrals. You know that the Steele dossier was filtered through the United States government. We already know that everyone understood it was purchased by Clinton and the DNC. We already know that text messages miraculously disappeared. So that could be obstruction of justice there. They talked about obstruction with Trump. They haven't indicted Trump on anything because they can't. You could easily indict a whole bunch of people on 18 U.S. Code 371, utilizing your government position simply to go after political rivals or in a deceitful manner. hit subscribe to this channel right this second, ladies and gentlemen. Indictments are going to happen. It could be imminent or it could be within the next year or so. Give me your thoughts. Thank you.